I want all of my Chicago Africans and all of my Pan-Africanists from around the world to know that Mayor Brandon Johnson of the city of Chicago canceled Dr. Umar's event tonight, an emergency black town hall meeting to discuss the migrant crisis. It was canceled, brothers and sisters. It was canceled by the mayor of Chicago. The mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, canceled Umar Johnson's migrant emergency black town hall meeting.
You know, many people expect, us to treat people undignified. My administration is different. And as far as its effectiveness, I would just say it like this, that some of the trends that we are witnessing, the number of trends that we have intercepted over the course of these first, how long has it been now, y'all? 12 weeks? It's been tremendous. And so that's because there's been a real strategic effort on the part of my administration to coordinate with civic leaders, with community-based organizations, again, with city departments. And so we're seeing some of the fruit of that labor, and I'm grateful again that the men and women who serve this city on the front line are providing the type of system of care that's going to be necessary in order to bring structure and calm in the city.
Quick follow-up, when you say trends, what do you mean? Can you give us an example of a couple of the trends you're seeing?
Oh, you're not aware of some of these large gatherings?
You're talking about the mob actions?
Well, no, that's not appropriate. We're not talking about mob actions. I didn't say that.
What happened Sunday?
Hold on a second, okay? Respectfully, these large gatherings, just hold on a second, y'all. I promise you, we have time to talk. It's important that we speak of these dynamics in an appropriate way. This is not to obfuscate what is actually taking place, but we have to be very careful when we use language to describe certain behavior. There's history in this city. So let me finish, please, okay? What I'm saying is that when you ask for very specific examples, there have been other attempts to have large gatherings, and we've intercepted those attempts.
We are not ending the year on this note. We are not giving Brandon Johnson and the black bourgeoisies and the white slave masters of Chicago, they are not getting the last laugh. They are not getting the last laugh. Is it possible for me to have a meeting with the leaders of all the Chicago gangs? I'm talking. Sister Janine, what's good, love?
Dr. Umar Johnson, did it change the address?
Nah, they canceled it. I got word that Mayor Brandon Johnson of Chicago had tonight's event canceled. I just got that word.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am. He canceled it. So there's going to be a date change and a venue change, and I'm going to be coming back to Chicago so we can have the real meeting with the people. But they said he shut it down. That's what I'm being told, that it came from the top, that the mayor of Chicago canceled tonight's event for us to discuss the migrant emergency in Chicago.
Oh, wow.
So I'm actually on social...
wanted to...
Go ahead, Queen Mother.
Where?
I'm listening. No, I said I'm on social media now, letting the people know so nobody else comes on out. I literally got the message right before you called me just now. So I was trying to think of what's the best way to let the people know that they canceled it. Now you know it was a venue change. First it was at the JML Center, KML Center.
Exactly.
Then it got moved to the Kehrein Center for the Arts, and they canceled it. They said it's a sign on the door and everything saying no meeting tonight.
I know, that's why I called.
Yes, ma'am. They shut us down, Queen. They shut us down.
Dr. Umar, you too powerful. That's what it is. My sister want to say something.
Dr. Umar.
Peace and love,
man,
Queen.
Listen, man. Blessings back to you, my brother. Like you are just I need you to hear 2 words. No, 3. You are 4. You are absolutely loved by Sandy with an I. Hogan. Man,
Appreciate that.
Man, listen. I just have to tell you, brother. Dr. Sandy Hogan. You keep going. I'm in education. I absolutely adore your words. I pray for you. Godspeed in everything. That nothing shall come nigh thy dwelling. That means that temple that you living in right now, brother.
Yes,
you hear
ma'am.
me?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yeah, I was coming to hear you, man. Do you hear me?
Yes. I'm coming back though, Queen Mother. You know I'm not gonna let now. I'm more motivated now, so I'm probably gonna have to come to Chicago for Quanza. I think I'm gonna come for one of the nights of Quanza since they did this.
I play your snippets in my classroom, man, to my kids. So I need you.
Well, what grades you teaching? What grades you teaching?
High school, man. High school seniors, man.
Well, let me ask you this. Talk to the principal. Don't mention the name of the school while we talking, because I got this social media, so don't say the school. But talk to the principal. Talk to the principal, and I will be willing to come in and speak to the high schoolers, especially them seniors. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I love you. Yeah, I love you more though.
Definitely.
Okay. Yes. Yes. You are. Listen. You are the apple of this person's eye. Do you hear me? You keep going, man. Don't you dare turn back for nothing. Do you hear me?
Yes,
your
ma'am.
Voice is ringing loud. Your voice is ringing loud. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let you alone.
Appreciate that.
What you gonna do, Dr. Umar? What you doing tonight? You want to go get something to eat?
I just came from Yassa, Senegalese. I'm stuffed full, Queen.
Oh my God, that's where I was gonna take you.
Yeah, I left Yassa's to drive to the Kehrein Center for the Arts. And while I got on the expressway, I don't know if that's 90, 95, whatever it is, that's when I got the call. 9094. That's when I got the call that I just left Yassa's eating my saka and my biobab and my ginger drink.
And the couscous with
And the couscous.
gravy
I had couscous. Yes. You know, that's my favorite restaurant.
I was gonna take you there and treat you. I was like, well, Dr. Umar, I had called Yassa and told I was.
Oh man, you know I would have went. I beat you to it by 1 hour. But we didn't know they was gonna cancel. We didn't know that. Next time for sure, though. Next time for sure.
Okay. Well, let me know in advance. Oh, Claudette want to say something. Go ahead, Claudette.
Hey, brother. Claudette here.
Peace and
Just
love.
wondering if you, thank you, if you're aware of LaShawn Ford's town hall meeting tomorrow evening in Broadview. He's talking migrants and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if that's too far away for Chicago interest.
Not necessarily. I'm scheduled to fly back to Philadelphia in the morning. But if y'all could text me that information, you know, if it's a possibility I can hang around a little later, I'll definitely head on over there. So the distance is not an issue. It's just a matter if I can hang back instead of heading back to Philadelphia, because I got some things to do there too, getting the FDMG ready and all that. And I want to see all y'all at the community grand opening of the school in Wilmington, Delaware. You know, you fly into Philly.
Oh, you know I got you.
Yes,
All
yes,
you do is text me. I'm
yes.
flying in. And how do you want me to support you, Dr. Umar?
Yes, indeed. Well, you know, we can always use the donations at the school, but I want to see y'all in person when we do the grand opening. The school should be done by the end of the year. We only got 2 more inspections, fire department and L&I, and then we're going to announce the community grand opening. We got to paint, you know, that kind of stuff, beautify it, but we basically done. Everything's repaired. HVAC, plumbing, sprinkler, everything's done.
Too.
Definitely. I'm going to keep y'all posted on that.
Dr. Umar.
Yes.
I'm gonna text you next week, and we're gonna do a schedule, and we're gonna do a couple of radio interviews so we can.
Oh, I'm ready. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Cause we got 1 million followers on iHeart. We all kinds of stuff.
Oh man, whenever you're ready, let me know when you're ready. I'm ready.
I got you, Dr. Umar.
Okay,
all right,
Queen. Y'all be safe. Yes, ma'am.
You to be
All right,
too.
ladies. Will do. All right, now.
All right, yes, sir.
All right. One love. Brothers and sisters, Chicago Africans, listen up. Chicago Africans, listen up. I want all of my Chicago Africans and all of my Pan-Africanists from around the world to know that Mayor Brandon Johnson of the city of Chicago canceled Dr. Umar's event tonight, an emergency black town hall meeting to discuss the migrant crisis. It was canceled, brothers and sisters. It was canceled by the mayor of Chicago. The mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, canceled Umar Johnson's migrant emergency black town hall meeting. Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, canceled Dr. Umar Ifatunde's black community emergency town hall meeting to discuss the migrant crisis. Brothers and sisters, can y'all believe this? Brothers and sisters, can y'all believe this? Brothers and sisters, can y'all believe I came to Chicago to stand in solidarity with my Chicago Africans and Mayor Brandon Johnson. Allegedly, I'm being told this came from the top. Allegedly, I'm being told this came from the top. Allegedly, I'm being told this came from the top, that the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, canceled tonight's Dr. Umar Emergency Town Hall Migrant Crisis Community Meeting, brothers and sisters. Why did he do that, brothers and sisters? Why did Brandon Johnson cancel the King Kong of Consciousness Emergency Migrant Crisis Meeting tonight, brothers and sisters? Oh, yes. Doesn't that sound suspicious? Doesn't that sound suspicious? Doesn't that sound suspicious, bro? So I'm trying to let all my Chicago Africans know, do not head over to the Kehrein Center for the Arts. They have a big sign on the door saying event is canceled. Do not head over to the Kehrein Center for the Arts. Please spread the word, Chicago family. Please spread the word, Chicago family. Please spread the word, Chicago family, that Mayor Brandon Johnson canceled Dr. Umar Tunde's emergency Black community town hall meeting on the migrant crisis, brothers and sisters. Now we got mayors canceling my events now. We got mayors canceling my events now. We got the mayor of the second largest Black metropolis in America canceling meetings, brothers and sisters. Was it the mayor? Was it the chair of the board of the Kehrein Center for the Arts? Was it Black bourgeoisies, coon Illuminatis, Negro aristocrats? Who is responsible for canceling tonight's Black Chicago? Who is responsible for canceling tonight's Black Chicago emergency town hall meeting to discuss the migrant crisis, brothers and sisters? Did President Joe Biden make the call? Did President Joe Biden make the call? Did Kamala Harris make the call? Who canceled the event tonight? The whole community was showing up. The whole Black Chicago was showing up. Brothers and sisters, let them know the meeting is canceled. But guess what? I'm coming back to Chicago, because don't nobody keep Dr. Umar from Chicago, where my explosion into the Black consciousness movement began, from Chicago, September the 18th, 2010. Nobody keeps me from Chicago. Nobody keeps me from my Chicago Africans. So I'm coming back to Chicago next month. I'm coming back to Chicago next month. I'm coming back. Who having a Quanza event in Chicago? I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Who having a Quanza event in Chicago? Please let me know. If you're having a Quanza event in Chicago, please let me know. 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. I'm coming back to Chicago to speak. Where are we going to do it at? Free event. I got to expose the migrant crisis. Free event. I got to expose the migrant crisis. Please text me if you're having a Quanza program in Chicago. 215-989-9858. Text my phone. 215-989-9858. I'm coming back, Chicago. We are not ending the year on this note. We are not giving Brandon Johnson and the Black bourgeoisies and the white slave masters of Chicago, they are not getting the last laugh. They are not getting the last laugh. Is it possible for me to have a meeting with the leaders of all the Chicago gangs? I said, can Dr. Umar get into a room and have a private meeting with the leaders of all the Chicago gangs? Are we ready for? Are we ready for? I want a leader from every gang, every corner gang, big gang, small gang, street gang, game. We bringing back the spirit of Fred Hampton. I said we bringing back the spirit of Fred Hampton. Let's get the gangs together in Chicago. I said let's get the gangs together in Chicago. RBG. 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 Who canceled the meeting tonight? Was it the governor of Illinois? Was it the mayor of Chicago? Was it the untouchables of Chicago who owned the Kehrein Center for the Arts? Was it the untouchables of Chicago who owned the Kehrein Center for the Arts? Did the untouchables cancel the event tonight? Did Brandon Johnson, I'm being told it was Brandon Johnson. I'm being told Brandon Johnson, the democratically elected mayor of Chicago, had the event canceled tonight. Chicago, how do you feel, Chicago? Chicago, how do you feel, Chicago? Chicago, how do you feel, Chicago? 215-989-9858. Text my phone. I'm coming back to Chicago. We need a new date and a new place. Is there any black-owned venue that can seat about 300 to 500 Chicago Africans that will not bend, break, or buck dance to the white power structure or the black bourgeoisie gatekeepers? Do we have a church? Do we have a community center? Do we have a black location that can seat about 500 Chicago Africans that will not be intimidated by Mayor Brandon Johnson, will not be intimidated by President Joe Biden, will not be intimidated by the untouchables, who will not be intimidated? Chicago, let's do this. Chicago, let's do this. Chicago, let's do this. This is the King Kong of consciousness coming to you live from the streets of Chicago. Coming to you live from the streets of Chicago to let you know that Mayor Brandon Johnson, I've gotten reports that Mayor Brandon Johnson had tonight's migrant crisis meeting canceled. What do y'all think about this, brothers and sisters? What do y'all think about this, brothers and sisters? What do y'all think about Mayor Brandon Johnson having tonight's emergency meeting canceled, brothers and sisters? What do y'all think about that, brothers and sisters? So I'm about to pull out. King Kong, I'm in the building. Memphis, Tennessee, Black Parent Boot Camp. Next Saturday, November 25th. Register at drumarjohnson.com. Memphis, Tennessee, next Saturday, November the 25th. Black Parent Boot Camp. Register at drumarjohnson.com. Norwood, Massachusetts, Thursday, November the 30th. Norwood, Massachusetts, Thursday, November the 30th. Norwood, Massachusetts, Thursday, November the 3rd. Omaha, Nebraska, Saturday, December the 2nd. Omaha, Nebraska, Saturday, December the 2nd. Omaha, Nebraska, Saturday, December the 2nd. Kansas City, Missouri. Where my Kansas City Africans at? Kansas City, Missouri, Sunday, December the 3rd. Kansas City, Missouri, Sunday, December the 3rd. King Kong consciousness. Chicago will not be denied. I will be back in Chicago before the year is out. I got to talk my talk and speak my speech on the migrant crisis. I will be back, Chicago. Apologies to all the brothers and sisters in traffic who haven't gotten this message yet. Apologies to all the brothers and sisters who are outside the Kehrein Center. Apologies to all the brothers and sisters who are at the JML KML Center where we were supposed to be earlier today. Apologies to all my Chicago Africans who might not even find out the event was canceled until you show up tonight. My deepest apologies, but I will be back. We just got to find a place that won't bend and won't buckle. I will be back. I will be back, but we got to find a place that won't bend and won't buckle. Chicago, let's do it. I want a meeting with all the gangs. If you run a gang in Chicago and you're willing to help Dr. Umar unite the gangs of Chicago for the political liberation of black people, please text my phone. I said, if you are part of a gang of Chicago, the leader of a gang, and you tired of the bullshit and you ready to unite black Chicago, some alpha black male testosterone. I said on some alpha black male the town shit, I want to organize the gangs of Chicago on some. Let's do it, brothers and sisters. Let's do it, brothers and sisters. Let's do it, brothers and sisters. This is the King Kong.